Welcome back to another video. I'm Matt. This is an Ignition production and we're on a very windy day at the Ignition HQ. Today we have something rather different. Not four wheels, but two, as you can see. And it's been kindly loaned to us from our friends at Yamaha Europe and the UK. And we've got the brand new MT-09, which is a hyper naked sports bike. Really excited to test this bike as I've been riding for over 15 years and tried a variety of different styles and different brands, but never a Yamaha. So this is going to be a great test over the next couple of days. The goal here is to just see how it rides in different environments, different conditions, and give you a fair and honest review of what the bike is like. So without further ado, we'll get into some riding now and show you how it performs over the next couple of days. Okay, so let's go. Officially on the MT-09. The weather's not quite as good as the last few days of testing, but not a bad situation to be in because it's a good test of the bike. We'll see how the grip levels are with the slightly damper, muddy roads and with the colder temperatures as well. A great opportunity to see what the S22 Bridgestones perform like with this lighter chassis that the MT-09 has. Yamaha have worked incredibly hard to reduce the weight on this bike. And the latest generation has got a much lighter chassis, lighter components such as the forged wheels, which are 17 inches. And they've managed to achieve a 700-gram weight reduction compared to the last model on that, just the wheels alone. That's quite a huge amount really, considering bikes already are fairly lightweight. This particular model tips the scales at 189 kg wet, so that's fluids, etc. Not a bad weight at all, which all helps with the bike's performance and agility. One of the nice things about this particular bike being a hyper naked is it does have that flickability, these sorts of environments. You can really maneuver the bike and position it on the road to give you best visibility and control. This is the sort of bike I like to ride. Upright, not too heavy on the wrists, great view and still plenty of power, plenty of performance to make it a fun ride. I think that's what's great about this particular bike is it really is all-rounder, very willing to perform.
Featuring an 890cc inline 3-cylinder boasting 119 PS and 93 Nm of torque, the MT-09 has the familiar cross-plane crank characteristics of its sibling models, which boast a unique sporty sound and power delivery, meaning not only have Yamaha finely tuned the engine to perform, they've tuned the sound like one of their precision instruments too. The intakes have been manufactured to orchestrate the perfect tone.
Triples, 3-cylinder engines, always got that great engine note, exhaust note. But with modern legislation and targets to meet, manufacturers are having to work extremely hard to kind of keep hold of that immersive quality of the bike, which everybody loves. What Yamaha have done incredibly well, hats off to them, is engineer the bike so that you still retain the sound despite the fact they've had to dull it down. And the way they've achieved that is by reducing ambient noise from the rest of the bike, concentrating on aerodynamics, making sure that there are no little tings and pings coming off of it, making sure that that 3-cylinder can still be heard despite the new legislation and around noise and the noise limits. Very, very clever indeed. I'm slightly embarrassed to say I've not ridden a Yamaha bike before. This is my first time. And I have to say, as I first go on a bike on the Yamaha range, this is brilliant. So easy to ride. So easy to position. Great turning. Really confidence inspiring. Once you get the taps open, you can exploit some of the great features of the MT-09, such as the quick shift system for up and down shifting. So no clutch required, you can just shift a gear and it's instantaneous and with no drama. What's really nice about that is there's no power dip. You can get straight on the power, you don't twist off the throttle at all. You're through the gears, and again that just means that your hands are on the bars, you're not transferring weight by changing gear, engaging the clutch. And for those moments where you're having a spirited ride through corner to corner, it makes all the difference. The other side of that is when you downshift. Now traditionally you'd rev match. I am a bit of a traditionalist, I still do that, but with the rev matching feature of that quick shift, what it will do is it will do a little rev blip, road and engine match, so that when you downshift you're not getting too much jerkiness and weight transfer, so it's smooth, it's controlled, and that obviously all helps with the ride. Another little nice to see of that is that when you do that shift down, you get a little pop and a crackle out the exhaust, which is always entertaining.
Despite the title of being a hyper naked, this bike is at home in all environments. As good at low speed commuting as it is picking up the pace, the MT-09 is very versatile, comfortable and focused. Most impressive is the bike can hold a 30mph speed limit with ease.
And then when you're back out and you twist these again, plenty of torque to just wind on, and it picks up so well, really great. Very impressive bit of kit. Small side note as well, it's got a big tank on this bike, which will obviously help with fuel and efficiency, range, etc. But what's really good is it deflects a lot of the wind that you get. Because obviously this bike is a naked and no fairing, you're getting a fair amount of wind up the front. But it's not causing me any issues, it's not pushing me wide, it's not giving me that typical side winds that you get when you've got a big fairing bike. It's deflecting off nicely, and my legs are able to sit behind the tank and tuck in tight, so I can grip the bike, I can lean nicely with it, and also I'm keeping my legs nice and warm because they're not really exposed to the elements as much as they would have been on another bike. And I dare to say it's probably one of the best naked bikes I've ridden in a long, long time. I'm genuinely so surprised how well it performs when it's exposed to the elements without fairing and obviously with more of an upright riding position. I just love how it tips in. You really do feel its agility, and yeah, I'm genuinely speechless with how good it is for the money. In the UK, at less than £10,000, you're getting a 900cc triple, sports bike performance, great torque. It's an impressive package, and for me it ticks a lot of the boxes as well. I really like technology and I like gadgets and gizmos, and this again has all of those on board. Sharing technology from its bigger brother, the R1, this bike's got the 6-axis IMU control unit that's basically monitoring wheel slip, brake force and lean angle. And what that means is that at any moment the computer can decide what type of interventions that need to be added. wet slippery days or greasy roads, you can dial in, depending on the drive modes and the settings, traction control settings, you can dial in appropriate levels of Yamaha assistance is what I'll call it. And not that long ago, the purists out there would be absolutely furious knowing that bikes have got all these drive aids, but I have to say, they're so good now, you wouldn't want a bike without them.
Other standout items include the controls and display. The switchgear on the MT-09 feels premium and well damped. The ergonomics are on point and all of the essentials are exactly at the fingertips, including the handy jog wheel menu which makes cycling the system menu and settings a breeze. Then there's the TFT display. The 3.5-inch colour display is beautifully clear, easy to read, with just the right amount of information on screen at once, which allows the rider to focus on the job in hand.
And it just makes manoeuvring really simple. Like now, if I want to do a little cheeky U-turn, nice and easy. Ignition HQ. This signals the close of my time with the MT-09, and momentarily I'll give you a quick summary of my thoughts and feelings of the bike. But before I pull up and switch off, gotta say, what a superb bike, and my first Yamaha experience. With that in mind, it definitely won't be my last Yamaha experience.
So here we are to round up this review. What have I got to say about this fantastic motorcycle? Well, firstly, I need to say thank you to Yamaha Motor Europe, as well as the UK, for the loan of this superb MT-09. The bike is confidence-inspiring, easy to place, and definitely a very sorted machine. I particularly like the fact that it's a triple engine. At just shy of 900 cc's, it's torquey, powerful, and very, very refined in the way it delivers its power. I love the ergonomics. The switchgear feels lovely and damped, and it responds well to being thrown around in different environments. It's lightweight, very flickable, and I really enjoyed the ride. So overall, I think this is a superb bike, and for a first ride on a Yamaha, I've been really, really impressed. So if you'd like to see more content like this, please think about subscribing to our videos, check out more of our content on YouTube, and search on LinkedIn. This has been an Ignition production. I'm Matt. See you again soon.